What's for dinner? At my house tonight, I'm making clam chowder from scratch. It's getting kind of chilly outside, so I figured we can do some soups now. I've got 3/4 of a cup of butter already melted in my pan. I'm going to add about 1/4 of an onion, just a small onion, and I chop that up really fine. And then a cup of celery. And my vegetables are going to be chopped smaller than I would normally do. But if you like them small, great. If you want them bigger, that's great too. My dad had a stroke a couple years ago, so we kind of make sure everything's chopped up really well for him, so he doesn't have to work so hard to chew it. So it's still a great soup. Just the vegetables are going to be a little smaller than I would normally put in here. So I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes. We just want to get the raw taste out of that onion, and we want our celery to start to soften a little bit. It'll cook more in the soup. So we don't want it mush. We still want it to have a little bite to it. So, and this is going to continue cooking as we cook our soup. So I've got 2/3 of a cup of flour that's going to go in here. And this is 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. Oops, I did not get all the salt in there. So we're going to start to stir this in. This is just going to thicken stuff up for our soup. Okay, once that's all stirred, I've got 4 cups of 50/50. If you like it a little creamier, add more milk, less 50/50. If you want to thin it down for calories or whatever, you can probably go into there with straight milk if you would like, or whatever milk product you use. So we're just going to stir this until it boils and stir it constantly, just so we keep all the lumps out of it. Nobody wants flour lumps in the soup. So on the clams, I have 3 cans of clams here. I have soaked them in buttermilk. I have a hard time with the fishy fish flavor. So if you'll soak them overnight in buttermilk, that usually will take care of that. And I have chopped them up as well again. I know they come pretty fine, but I ran them through my chopper. I've got 3 cups of potatoes, and I pre-cooked those too. And on those, you don't want them like ready to mash. You want a little bite left in them because they're going to continue to cook in here too. So I'm going to go ahead and add the potatoes in. As we get it to thicken up here. And then you save the juice from the clams. So hopefully that doesn't counteract my soaking my clams in buttermilk. And then I'm just going to dump all the juice that I drained off the clams back into the soup. And of course, I'm going to hit this with some black pepper too. And the last thing I'm going to add are my clams. You don't want them to get too tough. They'll get tough if you cook them too long. So I'm going to let all this come to a boil. I'll throw those clams in. I've got some fresh dill we can top it off with. That's what's for dinner at my house. Please let me know what you're having, recipes if you've got them, and I will be back tomorrow with what's for dinner.